Hey YouTube, it's 2019 and at E3 this year Microsoft announced the Elite Controller version 2. And in this video we're going to watch the Elite Controller announcement and I'm just going to talk through my feelings on it. Anyone who watches this channel regularly will know that I absolutely adore the Elite Controller version 1. So much so I actually own 2 of them. But for now, we're here to talk about the Elite Controller version 2, so let's take a look at it. So we're getting a look at some new rubber. Some new buttons it looks like, or lights. More Elite than ever. Okay, so the very first thing we see here is that it looks like it's got the rubber grips wrapped all the way around the handles, as we can see from the front there. Now, the problem that I had with the original Elite was that the grips on the back would actually bubble and peel away due to heat in your hands just melting the glue. A lot of people suffer this problem. Some people didn't and think that it was just misuse of the controller, but trust me, that glue just did not hold the grips onto the back of the controller when you get hot hands and you use it a lot. The fact that the rubber is wrapped all the way around the grips this time makes me a little bit nervous. Is it going to be any stronger? Have they sorted out that issue? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Re-engineered from the inside out. Okay, so here we've got adjustable tension thumbsticks. This is quite interesting. I think it'll allow you to go between a standard Xbox One controller setting all the way over to the Xbox 360 controller tension on the thumbstick. Looks like there's 3 settings there. We've got low, medium and high, and we can also see that it gives you the amount of grams. So the high is 86.3 grams of pressure needed to move the stick. So that looks really interesting. Excited for that. New trigger grip and redesigned bumpers, so it looks like the triggers have now got grips on, so if your fingers ever slipped off the trigger before, they shouldn't do now. I never had that problem, so I don't know that I need this, but certainly a nice advancement. Shorter hair trigger locks. Looks like we've now got 3 settings for that. With the original Elite controller, you just had the 1, and this one, it looks like it's got 3, so that'll be really nice. I think it is quite useful if you're playing a first-person shooter to have a much faster trigger press on the right trigger for shooting, and then on the left trigger, you probably don't need to have such a shallow press when you want to aim down sights. And there we go, there we've got the new wraparound rubberized grips. New thumbsticks apparently. So it looks like we'll have the standard short sticks, we'll have a long concave stick, there will be a dome stick obviously, not sure what the other options are there. Now we've got 3 custom profiles, so instead of having the 2 on a little switch, it looks like you just press a button and number 1 or number 1 and 2 or number 1, 2 and 3 will light up depending on which profile you've got selected. Play on Xbox One and Windows PC, so that's exactly as before on the original Xbox Elite. We've now got Bluetooth connectivity. A lot of people going crazy about this. Personally, to me, I don't really see what difference it makes. Wireless, Bluetooth, it all still works on the Xbox. I guess Bluetooth maybe opens up options to connect to other devices. I think you'll be able to connect to some Apple devices with this. So yeah, I guess that makes a difference. For me as a strictly Xbox user, it's not a big deal, but if you do want to use it cross-platform, I guess that's a plus. Looks like there we've also got a USB-C connection. I think some people are going crazy about that. Again, don't really get it. You get a cable bundled in with the controller, you plug it in. I don't see what difference it makes, the kind of connection it is on the controller itself. The fact is you get a cable, it's still going to be a USB 3 connection at the other end. We're getting an internal rechargeable battery. Now, I've seen a lot of comments from people having a good laugh about the fact that you still in 2019 have to put batteries into your Elite controller. Lol. I don't really get the problem with that. An internal battery is all very good, but once that battery dies, there's nothing you can do with the controller other than return it to the manufacturer and have them do a fix on it, which will no doubt cost you a fair bit of money. When you can replace the batteries, you're able to just change the battery. You just get a new battery when the original battery has died, or if your battery dies during a gaming session, you just hot swap. You don't need to plug it in and play with the controller plugged in. So yeah, it's all very well and modern having an internal rechargeable battery, but to me, being able to change the battery yourself is much more consumer friendly. So this is great. I'm not complaining about it. I just don't think it's that big a deal in the grand scheme of things. We've now got a new detachable charging dock, so the carry case itself is now the charger for the controller as well as the case, which is really good news. I always keep my controller in the case, so the problem I just talked about with the battery dying, certainly during gameplay, is no longer going to be an issue. I won't need to hot swap because the controller will just live in the case. It will constantly be charging, and you get up to 40 hours per charge apparently, according to Microsoft. There is a nice little disclaimer there saying battery life varies with usage and other factors, so it'll be interesting to see if anyone actually gets 40 hours out of it, but still, that's quite an achievement, and that's going to help a lot. What else we got, Microsoft? 30 new ways to play like a pro. There we go. We've got the 3 settings for the hair triggers. And just a nice little bit there showing us the controller, the Xbox Elite Wireless Controller Series 2. You can now pre-order this at xbox.com. I've had a look. In the UK, the price is £159.99. But that's a whole £50 more expensive than the first Elite controller. That's just under a 50% price increase in the UK. In America, £179.99. It's a big jump for the controller. Is it £50 better than the original Elite controller? There's a lot of stuff there I'm interested in. If you're on the fence about whether or not to wait for this or buy a standard Elite controller now, I think you just need to have a look at that price difference and see if the advancements are really worth the £50. Rechargeable battery, USB connectivity, wraparound grips, not sure they're worth it. However, the 3 hair trigger levels and the 3 profiles and also the tension adjustable thumbsticks, those could well be enough to make it worth that extra £50, but you have to have a think about it. This controller comes out in November. I will make sure that I get hold of one and do a full review on it as soon as I can. I'm really hoping it's going to top the Elite controller as being the best, if not one of the best, aftermarket controllers on the market. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you've enjoyed it, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget, subscribe to the channel, click that bell to get your notifications to make sure you don't miss out on the review of the Series 2. And very soon I'll have a review of the Razer Wolverine Ultimate controller up on the channel for everyone to see. I'm very excited about that. I'm hoping it's going to be a good video. Thanks again for watching, and I'll have more coming your way real soon.